Celeste de Avellaneda, and the career I chose was medical health and service management. As many of us know, there are many different entry level jobs that a person can get with a degree in health science. Finding the job that's right for you right outside of college is very tough. So, a lot of us start off with jobs we don't really like, but this is a job I can see myself doing in the near future, but not immediately out of college. The reason why I don't see myself doing it immediately after college is because once you're in school, you should be having internships that guide you towards that career, and I have not yet been able to do so. This job requires a lot of different skills and duties that one can work in. So, with that being said, I'll talk to you about the responsibilities. Every day we find new research, which means that there's new laws in the health field. So, one of the job responsibilities for this job would be to make sure that your employees are aware of these new laws and that these laws are being followed. Next, you would have to make schedules for your employees and remain in constant communication with department heads. So, this would be relevant if you are working in a hospital and you need to be talking to the surgical team or things like that. You need to be a representative for the company you are working for when you're attending meetings with the investors or governor boards. So, you always have to look presentable. You need to be able to communicate well with others. The job setting is majority in hospitals, about 39%. About 26% is in ambulatory healthcare services, 11% in nursing and residential care facilities, and 8% in government. With technology advancing, we often see that the hospitals are getting less people for this position and they're working more in residential care facilities. The education and experience required for this job, basically everyone has a bachelor's degree. It is necessary, but a master's degree is not necessary for this. But it is very common. Uh, you basically have a better chance of getting the job if you do have a master's. But one should not feel discouraged to apply for it with a bachelor's degree because it is still possible to get it just depending on which facility you are at. The skills necessary are analytical, detail oriented, so you always have to pay attention to every single little thing because if something goes wrong, it can have a really bad outcome. It's interpersonal communication skills that are necessary, and those kind of go hand in hand with each other. Problem solving and definitely technical skills. Sometimes you have to code things. So, with that being said, you would learn more in your training about stuff like that. Next is the employment outlook. Um, this field is projected to grow like every other health field is, uh, about 23% within the 10 years, those 10 years being 2012 to 2022. Uh, with the baby boomer generation growing, we just see the health field getting bigger and bigger and more jobs becoming available, whether it's nurses, doctors, or just inside the scenes. So, this is definitely a career that many people should start looking into. Um, the pay for this is about six or less, and if you're managing about six or less people, it's $87,862. If you're managing 7 to 12 people, it's about $126,478. And if you're managing about 12 to 24, about $148,604. You can see the pay increases with the more people you manage, and this is just because it's more work having to manage more people at a time. And the reason I chose this was because it seems like a career that I can make myself work hard to get. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely doable. But with a bachelor's degree, the pay for this is really well too. So, with that being said, I hope you guys learned about more careers that we could get once we get our bachelor's degree.